Welcome to the Engineering Update. I'm WDD's Editor-in-Chief Janine Mooney, and in this week's episode, Ford debuts app-powered e-bikes, creating cheaper night vision, and air traffic control for drones. Ford debuted its smart e-bike prototypes at the 2015 Mobile World Congress as part of its Smart Mobility Plan. The Mode Me and Mode Pro connect to your smartphone and give you navigation feedback via the handlebar grips. The grips vibrate when you need to turn left or right. In addition, the bikes will alert you of hazards ahead or behind while you ride. For instance, the rear sensor will identify if a car is approaching too fast behind you and alert you so you can move out of the way and avoid a collision. They communicate with the other vehicles and even charge your phone while you ride. Both bikes offer adjustable electric pedal assistance, and when pedaling becomes too hard, the bike can actually make it easier for you if you so choose. The bikes have a 200-watt motor with a 9-amp-hour battery and can provide pedal assistance for speeds up to 25 kilometers per hour. The difference between the Mode Me and Mode Pro is basically just their size, but they are just prototypes, so this could easily change. The Mode Me is compact and foldable and is designed for city biking, whereas the Mode Pro is much larger and is aimed at urban commercial use. Mode Pro was built completely by a team at Ford, but the Mode Me was actually built with the help of a bicycle manufacturer. Accompanying the bike is the Mode Link smartphone app, which is needed for the bikes to actually work. The app provides location data for navigation and lets you control certain parts of the bike, like the signal lights on the handlebars. There is no known release date for the Ford e-bikes at this point.
Semiconductor technology from the University of Texas at Dallas could pave the way for cheaper night vision, making it affordable for everyday use. Current technologies rely on image intensifiers, which magnify natural light sources like the moon and the stars, or active illumination, which uses image intensifiers along with sources of illumination in the near-infrared or shortwave infrared band. This, plus specialty semiconductor devices, make present night vision techniques expensive, prohibitively so for almost anyone but the military. But researchers in the Texas Analog Center of Excellence have created a device that detects electromagnetic waves at around 10 terahertz, and they did so using relatively cheap materials. Built from Schottky diodes and complementary metal oxide semiconductor, or CMOS technology, the UT Dallas device could be easily integrated into everyday consumer devices like smartphones. And apart from fooling around with your trusty iPhone, or other smartphone if there is such a thing, this technology could help spot deer near roads, ID intruders, and provide a light source more sophisticated than headlamps for night hiking. Next, the researchers are aiming to create CMOS devices capable of reaching 40 terahertz.
When the FAA ruled that drones had to be kept in line sight of the pilots, it put a definite damper on the UAV jubilee. But it wasn't long before people started coming up with creative ideas to get around the draconian law. These ideas include things like a potential loophole in onboard real-time cameras and a truck that serves as a drone deployment. But NASA went with a bit of a different route. Working with US aerospace company Axcelis Inc. and a few other organizations, NASA is working to create what they call an air traffic management system that would be able to reduce crashes and increase safety. Axcelis already owns the technology that will allow this to function. Currently, it uses a data feed to track manned aircraft using 650 ground stations. It then feeds this information to the FAA. The idea with the new systems is that the technology would be altered to pinpoint the lower altitude drone locations. As long as the drone being flown is on this system, the company, and ostensibly the FAA, would be able to track its progress just like it would with a regular aircraft. If a drone looks like it's in trouble, it's capable of sending emails and text alerts. The tracker will offer real-time information about terrain, weather, and airspace boundaries, and can be used on tablets and laptops. NASA is hoping to have a prototype system in 3 to 5 years, but the company is planning on offering systems directly to private drone companies soon. That's all for this week's episode. Be sure to check in on Facebook and Twitter and catch past episodes on ecnmag.com. For the ECN channel, I'm Casey Panetta, and this has been your Engineering Update.